Very good morning, my dear students. In the last video session, from the second chapter, we learned about the objectives of business. From that, we came across economic activities and non-economic activities. Then we learned the difference between the economic and non-economic activities. In today's video session, we'll be learning about the types of economic activities. So we know that economic activities is nothing but the work done to earn money. Okay, so the main motive is to earn money or financial gain. Now, this economic activities are thus divided into three types that we'll be seeing one by one. So, these economic activities are divided into employment, profession, business. So, how people engage themselves in such activities, that we'll see. The first one, if you take employment, and here they work in an organization. Why? Because to earn money. The one who's working for the company or working for others, he is called as employee. And the one who's getting the work from others, he is called as employer. Employer is the one who make others to work for the company or for himself. And employees are the person who work for others, and in return they'll be getting salaries or wages. And then the characteristics in employment is that there will be a contract between the employer and employee. In some organization, they'll get the employees for 1 year or 2 years contract. On contract basis, they'll place the employees. An employee performs according to assigned tasks. So they'll be given target within this week or within this day. So much of work should be done. And for the work they are doing, they'll be getting remuneration, that is salary. If they work more, even for that also they'll be paid. If they extend their time, see normally 12 hours if they work, that will be on daily basis. And if they extend the time to 14 or 15 hours, for the difference in the time they work, that is extra for how many hours they are working, for that they'll be paid like incentives. So that is to encourage them. Once an employee joins the organization, he has to abide. That is, he must obey the rules and regulations of the organization. Organization here it is company. Profession. It is an occupation which involves rendering of personal services of a special and expert nature. That is, it is not only a job, it is more than a job, because they'll be rendering service to the people, and in return they'll be collecting money by way of consultation fees or service fees, like that. Example, even doctor, lawyer, and even teacher, it's a professional job. Then accountant, brokers, okay, like this. And characteristics, there should be a systematic body of knowledge. It's not that everyone can become a professional, okay, and they'll be undergoing certain knowledge by the members. So there should be a code of conduct and behavior of professionals, and even should be the uppermost in the minds of people rendering professional service. So it is more than a job, and it is a career for someone who is competent in their respective areas. So அந்த லைன்லேயே ஸ்பெஷலைஸ்ட் ஆகிறாங்க. ஸோ they'll be rendering services. It is not only to earn money. அவங்க வெறும் மணி மட்டும் ஏர்ன் பண்ணோன்றது அவங்க மோட்டிவாக இருக்காது. ஸோ நான் என்னுடைய சர்வீஸும் வந்து முழுமையாக செய்யணும். For that only in return they'll be getting money as fees they'll be collecting. Next, business. We already seen this one. It is nothing but an human activity on regular basis with the object to earn profit. So on regular basis they'll be doing this business is that like production and then distribution, purchasing. So for what they purchase to sell that. So while selling they'll be getting money. Then business is defined as an activity involving regular production or purchase of goods and services for sale, transfer, and exchange with an object of earning profit. So, if we take any business, their main motive is to earn profit. Any work that they do, they'll fully focus only on how to make more profit and then on regular basis how to increase their money. Now, this business is thus classified into three bases, that is, business based on size, based on ownership, and based on function. So, the first one, activities based on size. Size, by the name itself, we all know small or large. So, small scale, that is a company which is started with less amount of capital. So, capital means it is the amount through which a business been started. So, it is the money invested in the beginning to start a business. So, here in small scale industries or small scale organization, they'll be employing small number of workers, only less number of workers they'll be working here, and they'll produce goods on small scale. And the example it's given here, manufacturing textiles in handlooms or powerlooms. Even in the village side, we could see all the village people engaged in weaving cloths. So, in their home itself, they'll be doing this. Then the other example, extraction of edible oils from seeds like groundnut, sesame through traditional wooden churner. Wooden churner, it's given in the picture, you can see how they extract oil from the seeds. Now we'll come to the large scale. Large scale, by the name itself, it requires a huge capital, and they'll employ large number of workers, and they'll produce even in large amount of quantity of products. So example here it is given, Raymond's and Ramraj Cotton, where they'll be manufacturing textiles in large textile mill. And then the extraction of edible oil from oils and seeds. In oil mills itself, they'll be extracting. Examples, Saffola, Sunflower, Fortune, so many is there. Next, activities based on ownership. So, business activities may be broadly grouped into three categories. That is, how it is owned and managed, whether by private people or public enterprises, or jointly they'll be doing the business. Here, the first one, private enterprises, by name itself, we know that it is owned, managed, and controlled by person, not by the government. Okay, that is a private person, that is an individual person who owns, who will be managing and controlled by the single person, or even joint like partnership. Single person, that is an individual person, will be having a small company, is called as sole proprietorship. Sole, here it is self. Okay, so an individual proprietor is the owner, he'll be managing and he'll be taking care of the full company. Example also it's given here, Sundar Stationaries. Then the partnership firms. Partnership, it is nothing but group of person, or even if two person join together and forms a company, it is called as a partnership company. Example here it's given, Ramesh brothers. Maybe Ramesh and his brother jointly they have started a business. Then public enterprises, by the name itself we know it has been started for the public, and it was owned, managed and controlled by government or any of its agencies or both. And here it may be organized in several forms like departmental undertaking. Here you can see the Public Works Department, and then Public Corporation, ONGC, that is Oil and Natural Gas Corporation. Then Government Company, State Trading Corporation. So previously we saw the private enterprises, public enterprises, now joint enterprises. By the name itself, we know that joint, together. So an enterprise is said to be a joint where it is owned, managed and controlled by government and private entrepreneurs. Example here it is given Maruti Suzuki. So we have learned on the basis of size, on the basis of ownership, now on the basis of function. On the basis of function, the business activities are broadly grouped into two categories, that is industry and commerce. So industry, it includes all, that is they'll be producing, processing of goods. So everything from all types of consumer goods they'll be producing, and that will be distributed here in commerce. So commerce, the main important work is that they'll act as a link between the producer and the consumer of goods. So in between, how the goods been reached to the ultimate consumers. Okay students, go through this video session again. In the next video session, we'll see about the characteristics of business. Thank you students. Have a nice day.